So after that downer of a movie, I went and saw The Holdovers, which honestly, after the kind of week I've had, I've had a pretty rough week. I don't know about the rest of everybody, but I've had a not the greatest week ever, and I needed a pick me up after sitting through Origin, which was a pretty hard, harrowing movie to sit for, and very hard to watch sometimes. And then yesterday I watched fucking Founders Day, which was one of the worst pieces of shit I've seen in a long time, in a while. Uh, I finally get to see The Holdovers, which my fear now is just getting, which pisses me off beyond belief, but whatever. Like, there, we gotta, make room for shit like Cult Killer or Founders Day or, I don't know, other pieces of shit I've had to sit for the last, if Cult Killer wasn't even that bad, over the last year or so. But God damn it, you can't get fucking Holdovers until after it gets an Oscar nomination. Uh, this is a movie like right up my goddamn alley. I was all excited about this because it's one Alexander Payne, who's one of my favorite writer directors out there. He's makes some of the best comedy dramas out there, consistently. His last movie was Downsizing, which was probably one of his weakest movies. Definitely his weakest movie, but it wasn't that bad. And then, but he's also made stuff like About Schmidt. I forgot he made About Schmidt. I remember him like Sideways to The Descendants to Nebraska. Like he's made like nonstop, very funny movies, and this is no fucking different. I love the hell out of this movie. This was a fucking great way to end my weekend. My week, honestly. This was the pick me up I needed because this was a fun fucking movie. This was a feel good, joyous, funny, very serious when it needed to be movie that like I just needed. Like, god damn, I love this movie. I really love this movie. This movie is everything I hoped it would be and more. I've heard a lot of people talk about how great this movie was, and this did not live down to any expectations I had. Paul Giamatti at this point, he's got to be. It's got to be him and Cillian Murphy right now. A tight race between those two for best actor. Man, I can't talk today. Best actor. Best actor. He's really good. Like, can we just give this guy an Oscar already? It's like one of those, like, it's time to give this guy an Oscar already. He didn't get one for Sideways, which sucked. But he's always an entertaining actor no matter what fucking movie he's in. He's one of those guys that's always entertaining regardless of what he's in. Even if it's a shitty movie like Amazing Spider-Man 2. You sure as hell don't forget him in that fucking movie as Rhino in the brief moments he's in it. Especially that horrible Russian accent he's given. But it's still memorable. So you know what? And he's charismatic as hell. And he has great comedic timing. And he's really good, serious actor when he fucking needs to be. I love Paul Giamatti, man. Somebody said he's a national treasure. Along with him and fucking Nicolas Cage, they're two actors that just generally love. Like, it's hard not to love those dudes. They're like national treasures. Like, Nicolas Cage especially for me. But, like, Paul Giamatti's right up there. Also, this movie, he's not just the only good fucking thing about this movie. The three main leads in this movie are really fucking good. Because you focus really mainly on three characters. Even though it's Paul Giamatti is this teacher that is stuck on Christmas break, basically babysitting these kids at this private Catholic school on Christmas break who have nowhere to go for Christmas break. And like at first it starts out like with 5 of them. But over time, it only comes down to one kid, and it's the one kid who's the main kid in this movie, who's really good in this movie, and pulls his fucking own on this movie. He is really good. Like, he is like, he is a very flawed human being, just like Paul Giamatti. Paul Giamatti basically is this curmudgeon old man who is just thinks he's right all the time, and is kind of an asshole. Nobody likes him. A teacher that nobody likes. I think we've all had those. That has a heart of gold if you sit and talk to him long enough, and it has this kind of horrifying backstory. Although most teachers I had were kind of just assholes. That were assholes were just assholes. But sometimes you meet ones that were like, yeah, if you actually got to know them, they're not that bad. I think we've all had those, but and then this kid is kind of a little bit rebellious and a little bit lost, and has this horror story of his dad, who is, it seems to be dead at this point, and his parents are pretty. His mom has a new boyfriend who she just happens to have like this fucking vacation with on Christmas break, and decides not to pick him up from the school, and so now he's stuck in at the school, and him and Paul Giamatti butt heads. Then we also have probably one of my favorite characters in definitely my second favorite character other than Paul Giamatti, the cook, who is also getting an Oscar nomination. I think is probably the favorite to win Best Supporting Actress, which I'm all on board for. She is really good in this movie. She definitely gives the second best performance in this fucking movie, and sometimes even the best performance in this movie. Her character is really good. Like, it's this poor woman who just lost her son to Vietnam War. He was basically forced. He went to the school that she also cooks at, and he went to Vietnam thinking that he was gonna get his college paid for, but he ended up dead, and it's kind of horrifying. It's a pretty sad story. And this poor woman, you actually really love her. Like, they made her a three-dimensional character. They didn't just make her a sassy black girl, the sidekick. She actually was a three-dimensional character, and I loved the hell out of that. She had her sassiness to it, of course she did, but she was actually a character, and it wasn't like just stereotype, really. I really love the hell out of this movie. There's many people have said this already. This movie's fucking great. So if you haven't seen it, go fucking watch it. It's on Peacock. I could have just watched it on Peacock, but I want to see it in theaters. And it was like right now they're doing like only $5 tickets at Regal for that. So go fucking watch it. It's a fucking great movie. I love the hell out of it. It's a easy sit. Easy sit. It's an easy A+. Definitely an A+. It's a movie that deserves an A+. 100%. I highly recommend it. So what's next week? And what is next weekend? Argyle. I think that's it. I think we're getting Argyle, and that's it. I'm looking at the month of February. It doesn't look very promising, but we'll still get those. There's a couple here and there. Argyle looks like a lot of fun. I'm just tired of seeing the fucking trailer, but yeah, Argyle's next weekend. I don't know if there's nothing else I think listed, so unless something else comes along, it'll just be Argyle. So until then, I'll talk to you guys later.